What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the We Want Florida podcast. We are doing games 2, 3, and 4 recap. Um, just gonna kind of keep it somewhat short, somewhat sweet for each game. Probably gonna do this on a weekly basis and just recap the games for the past week. Um, so overall, Panthers are now 3-1. Game just ended. How are we feeling? What's some of the takes from this past week, these last 3 and 4 games?
I mean, you know, 3-1 start. I mean, you really can't complain about that. I mean, no, I think we're playing great. Especially under I mean, we all understand the circumstances in which we're under. But I think everybody's looked sharp. Bob's looked great. We just saw Tarasov have his first game. Listen, he didn't play bad. By no means do I think he played bad. I think the Flyers came out with a lot of energy tonight. They're a good young team that's looking to prove something to the world with, especially with the ac acquiring Zegras. Yeah, I can't speak. I know it's terrible. A little late for me tonight. But especially acquiring Zegras and you know, other young talent, and they call it what do they call it? The friend squad or something like that. They're like vibing together. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I mean, they came out with energy, but yeah, no, I think we've been playing fine.
Yeah, I mean, if you
And
told me, you go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No, all right. If you told me going would be 3-1 through the first four games, I'd be completely fine with it. And yeah, I'll take that any day. Started the season 3-0 at home. Played really good. Sergei Bobrovsky was the third star of the week for the NHL, as they posted out earlier. So, when Bob played, we gave up 2 goals or less in each game, which is what the Panthers do, and that's going to be a good good thing. So, I'm cool with how we started, and then you go to the first game with Tarasov. You're not it's gonna take a little bit to get comfortable. And he didn't play bad. He wasn't why the Panthers lost his game tonight. So far, all good around here.
And adding to the injury list, I know it was Dmitry Kulikov went down. Is there any word on that? I haven't kept up on that.
So nothing like official, but he did get another MRI or whatever. Doctors looked at him, and I think we'll find out more tomorrow on what his season's gonna look like.
So yeah, we saw Uvis Balinskis come in. Obviously, it's not like he's never played before. He played a lot of actually a majority of the games last year, way more than a majority of the games last year. So he has experience, and obviously Kulikov is third line defenseman. Obviously, we don't want to lose any more players than what we already have, but I mean, it could be a lot worse. So going back to the first game against the Flyers last Thursday, 2-1 win. We saw Lundell and Marchand get on the score sheet, both having a goal with 6 shots each. So they were both firing the puck. Um, Pretty good game. I think Bob had, let's see, 19 saves, 20 shots. Panthers, I think, had 30 something shots again. So they got off to a fast start this year as far as shooting the puck goes. So I thought that was a pretty good game. Mackie Samoskevich has been fantastic through these first 4 games. I mean, he is flying around the ice. He's getting shots. I think he has a goal. Um,
hmm
so he's looked really good. Um, to the next game, Saturday, I would say Evan Rodriguez has to be the star of that game against the Senators. I watched Evan Rodriguez fly around the ice. He broke up a couple potential 2-on-1s. I mean, he had a goal. I think it was +2 in the plus minus category. I mean, just a great game from him. So second and third line have looked fantastic. So I don't know if you guys want to weigh in on that.
I mean that game was obviously a great game. I loved Ekblad's game especially. 2 points on the day. He's stepping up like like we knew he was going to. Lundell, hell of a game too.
He had a goal.
Um, yeah,
Marchand had a goal.
Marchand, right? I mean, yeah, I mean it's the usual suspects. Forsling 2 assists, so you know, like and same thing with Jonesy. But it's just how it is, It's Panthers hockey. It's just up and down the lines. Here we go. Everybody's contributing.
Yeah, and just like
Reinhardt with a goal too.
yeah, just like Joe said, like every player, and then we've seen it last year. We talk about the depth. Everyone just contributes up from first line to fourth line, from first D to 60, and then Sergey back there. So it's just like contributions from everyone. It's Panthers hockey. I believe, yeah. So our leading goal scorer is what Reinhardt 2 goals and Marchand 2 goals. So it's not like anyone just takes over. It's just everyone producing, everyone playing solid hockey. And like Saturday's game was just with 3 goals on the power play against a team that's was a playoff team last year. Brady Tkachuk, the captain, he has those guys ready to play every night, and so I was really impressed with that win on Saturday night for sure.
That was by far the best team that we had seen. Obviously, it's very early into the season, but how good have the special teams been? Like you said, the power play and the penalty kill is I think still perfect, right?
Yeah,
There was
my
no.
biggest problem with tonight's game was we were in the box too much, but then I look back at it, and then the power plays that the Flyers had, 0 goals on those. So we're killing them, but still, like, you don't want to be in the box as much as we were
Now
tonight.
that goal, because the Panthers tied tonight's game up late, it was 2-2 with about I think 6 minutes to go, and
Yeah.
Bennett took the slashing penalty, which killed the rest of our power play. We still had about a minute to go. And yeah, they didn't score on the power play, but Flyers were in the zone buzzing in about 10, 15 seconds after they put one in the back of the net. So
It was a
that
weird game tonight, like something you don't see from the Panthers. They were not including the empty net goals, but on 5-on-5 play, Flyers had 3 goals, Panthers had 0 because both the Panthers goals, one shorthanded, one on the power play. So got beat tonight on 5-on-5, which is like really rare thing to see. So I think this game tonight was more of an anomaly than anything. So we'll just bounce back and be better from it.
yeah, it's first road trip. At home they looked really good, and we have Detroit, the Devils, and the Sabres coming up for the rest of this week, and all on the road. Just need to get back to shooting. Tonight, I think, was a pretty low night as far as shots go, but um, just get the puck to the net. Good things happen. And defensive wise, like you said, Bob had 3 fantastic games. The first three allowing 1.67 on average. So, really good game there. And defensively, Seth Jones, Nico Mikkola, Ekblad, and Forsling, the top two defensive pairings, have looked really, really, really good. We've seen Jones make some really nice plays already. Forsling obviously doing what Forsling does. Ekblad is scoring, and then on the third pair, like we mentioned earlier, we saw Kulikov go down, and the new Florida Panther Jeff Petrie has just kind of been playing defense. No offensive contribution from him. So
Yeah,
I would like to see him get into Panthers style. Go ahead.
he had a point the other day. We almost it actually at first I was looking at the TV and I thought he got his first goal. I was like, oh no way, but it just happened to tip off Lundy's stick. But But I mean, that was making a play happen. So I was excited to see that. But yeah, no, he'll fit in. I don't have any worries.
I mean, the shot, I guess if you're asking a defenseman, one shot a game that gets tipped in front, I guess I'll go for it. But I feel like then again, maybe I'm expecting too much from a third line defenseman, but
Well,
I just
we just came off Nate Schmidt absolutely destroying in the playoffs. So it's like, it is
I
what it
guess I
is.
wanted a Nate Schmidt replacement, but
Right, right.
Hey, it's early. We didn't see it from Nate Schmidt in the first four games last year. We
Exactly.
saw it in the playoffs. So
Exactly. Guy
yeah,
getting
if he
a
just skates by with a shot and then in the
yeah,
playoffs scores 50 goals,
bro.
we'll take it. But so from these last three games, who would you say was the player of the week?
man, so many guys because like we said, like everyone from the top down contributes to this team, and it's never like, oh, this one guy carried us tonight. But I'm gonna go with Gustav Forsling. I thought he had a very good start to the season, not only just offensively or not only defensively, because we know what he could do there, but he's getting a few points here. He's moving the puck well. We know he's just a great player, and he's like why we gave up less than 2 goals per game or two. You know what I mean? Like with Bob playing the first 3 games, a lot of the credit's got to go to Gustav there. He was really good, and he could
He's
be a
already
Norris.
plus three.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he could be a
exactly.
Norris Trophy candidate this year. That's the type of player he is.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I mean, like we said, we can give it to, a million people on this team. Of course, you can give it to Bob too. I mean, I mean, why not?
Which
Why
probably
couldn't you give it
technically
to,
should be the answer.
yeah, I mean, why couldn't you give it to Bob? But the way Lundell's stepped up, 2 goals and 2 assists on the young season so far. I mean, that's a hell of a job from him. He's got a job to do. Barkov goes down. He's got a baby Barkov's got to rise to normal Barkov status. But yeah, no, so far he's looked fantastic and he seems to be manning that line just fine. Like expected, of course. Uh, I, I, like we said a million times, I mean, he's the best on the healthy team. I know he's not now, but on the healthy team, he's the best third line center in hockey. And I don't really think that you can find me a better one. I challenge anybody to. And yeah, but at the same time, it was expected, but I'm glad that he's doing what he's doing.
He's so good. He's better than some team's second line center.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
Exactly.
And as young as he is, we look forward to seeing him throughout the year. So I'm gonna go Evan Rodriguez just because he was a guy that was floated around as a possible trade candidate, getting him traded to free up cap space. So just to go from that and to come out the first week and have a goal, have a couple assists, um, I really like what I've seen from him. And even on the defensive side of things, I thought he played really well.
yeah,
But
keep going, keep going.
I want to go real quick to kind of a letdown player. And I guess
Okay.
a letdown is not the right word to use, but two guys that have kind of stood out to me as not playing to their potential, especially with the guys around them on the line, and that's Eetu Luostarinen, obviously on that Lundell line. Lundell has a ton of points. He's just hasn't cashed in at all yet. He's zeros across the board. And then Sam Bennett, who has a goal but is -8. I guess I'm not too worried about plus minus, but when you lose a guy like Barkov, who is so good at both ends of the ice, and now Sam Bennett on the first line, I I, I don't like to see -8 there.
Yeah, I mean, my take on that is first of all, those are two guys that had to move up in their lines because of the injury. If to me, Lustarinen's not a guy that we count on for offense. He's such a good penalty killer. He's very underrated defensively. No one talks about it, I feel like, around the league. But to me, whenever like when the Panthers are up a goal and there's 10 seconds, 20 seconds left in the game, last season the three players on the ice were Reinhart, Barkov, and Luostarinen for the forwards. That's the type of defensive player he could be. So I think, he lacks a little bit of skill offensively. So I'm not really worried about that. But with him moving up to the second line, I'd like to see him take that step in his game. But also, we got to remember it's 4 games. And then for the Bennett thing, unfortunately, he's not Alexander Barkov. So I think it's going to be tough for him moving up to the first line, especially first time playing with Marchand and Verhaeghe. On the other side, he's played with him a little bit, but I feel like Verhaeghe's played more with Barkov in his career than Bennett for sure. So, look, it's early and it's going to be an adjustment, but I think everyone will figure it out.
Adding on to that, I feel like it's almost a in some instances it's almost like a monkey off the back situation. And listen, I know that, maybe, I mean, the team result has been great, but maybe he's looking at the score sheet. Maybe he's not, but maybe he's looking at the score sheet and thinking the same thing. However, he did just get the monkey off his back tonight. He scored. I mean, so listen, it could be all rolling from here. It could be like Sam Bennett from the playoffs, but he'll actually, do it in the regular season this time and continue on, and we'll be like, hey man, this contract was absolutely nuts because not only is he going to do it in the playoffs, but he's going to do it in the regular season too. And that's the expectation this year. Almost, we really need him to take a step up, but once again, with all that being said, we're 3-1. So,
And he's taken the most penalty minutes on the team.
well, I
Just
mean, come on, that's, I mean, you know, it's either him, Greer, or Chucky, and Chucky's not here, so it's him or Greer.
why? You know what? That it just popped in my mind. Why we're there? Who leads the team in penalty minutes this year? After the season's all said and done.
Greer.
I'm sure it'll be one of the fourth liners just because they'll be in fights that
I'm sure it'll be Greer by a
like
million.
those add to your minutes like that they're not
Yeah,
really penalties at the end of the day, but
yeah, because it stays even
that's what it
strength.
comes
But
down to.
yeah. Luke Kunin, new guy, had an assist. He's looked all right. So how would you feel about that fourth line? Obviously, we saw Greer take a fight early in the season. Um, you feel like obviously there's not many changes on the fourth line, not like the top three, just because it's no sec out, Kunin in. But
Yeah.
do you feel like fourth line's done their job so far?
Yeah, it's exactly what I was saying. I feel like they've just been doing their job, nothing to complain about. Haven't seen anything that's like, oh, these guys need to step it up. I think they're just playing their game, and I think Cunnin has stepped in really well so far for
Hmm.
Nosek. Like he's done some good. I think he's had some good chances at the net, and he hasn't cashed in, but I think he's moving the puck well. Not sure what he is at face-off wise, but
I know he was at 60% the other game, but I think he's just been rolling ever since. I don't think he's really slowed down. I mean,
yeah.
Let's see.
I really like what I see from Greer and Gadjevich ever since last year. So that's what it really comes down to. And Gadjevich getting extended 2 days ago is
let's go.
pretty cool to see.
Yeah, I forgot about that too.
Let's
Luke
go.
Luke Kunin's at 41%.
Whatever.
Yeah. All right.
But
Um,
I mean, listen, at the end of the
but
day,
back to that
yeah.
Gadjevich.
Well, listen, you want to talk Gadjevich, I'm here all day
Zito
for
does
it.
it again.
I'm here all day for it. I'll recline back in my chair and talk about Gadjevich all day.
Under $1 million. I mean,
Yeah. It's
that's pretty
it's
nice.
the best GM of all time. All right? Of all time.
Build the statue.
Build the statue.
Put him in the rafters.
Hang the suit. Hang the suit up. Yeah.
In the suit.
I mean, I really am so interested to see what they are going to do. I mean, obviously, the cap's supposed to go up next year, but I'm just so interested to see what happens because it's in my small mathematical brain, I don't see it, but it is what it is. I guess that's why I'm not the GM of the Florida Panthers. So we'll see
Dude.
what he can pull off.
Yeah, no, I have no doubt in my mind that he'll pull it off. I just love that when when Marshy signed, he just adds fuel to the fire, man, right? So I'm watching Spit and Chicklets and their podcast or whatever, and they're like, "Is it true that Marchand says that there is a direct advantage for Florida because there's no state tax?" Bro, you know he's just rage baiting at everybody in the league right now, dude. It's just what he does. Why do you think he'd be different than how he is on the ice? You know, he knows what he's doing. He's backstroking in everybody's head right now. It's absolutely hilarious.
Yeah. So Panthers are in first place, tied for first place with the Boston Bruins. Ooh.
I mean, that won't last, but we could pretend like it will.
It might. Never know.
No,
Jeremy Swayman. I mean,
that team is god awful.
They could bounce back.
they
We'll see.
could.
Sure,
They could.
we'll
We'll
say
see.
that.
Um. All right. So good start. 3-1. Um. Stay on the road. Like I said, we got the Red Wings, Devils, and Flyers. Or not the Flyers. The Sabres. So still really no teams that are like top of the league. I would say the Devils are probably
Yeah, I
the
think
best
the
of
Hey,
Devils
man,
can be pretty good. So
dude,
we'll
the
see.
Red Wings look good as well. Actually, I don't know if it's the Red Wings look good or the Maple Leafs just look like I really don't. I really don't know what it is because God, dude, I watched that Maple Leafs game today and I was like, man, I don't know. It just seems like they're missing a player, you know? Just seems like
Marner.
you know who would be good for their team? Mitch
So
Marner.
the Red Wings beat them in back-to-back games.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I don't know what's going on. Vibes are low, dude. Austin
Talbot
Matthews
made
is
some great saves.
he had unbelievable game.
He made some great
Unbelievable.
saves.
Oh,
So
unbelievable.
I'm kind of glad that it's Bob. Well, it should be Bob going back in against them rather than Tarasov. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
like you guys said, Tarasov didn't play a terrible game, but just didn't
So
get the win.
back-to-back on Wednesday and Thursday, so he's gonna have to play one of those games. I'm assuming he'd play the second one against the Devils. So
That'd be a
would
good
be
test for him.
interesting to let him get another shot at it.
Yeah, be a good test.
Yeah.
But it's
So
not like let him get another shot like he failed today or anything. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like,
for sure.
just let him eat.
One of the goals was a breakaway.
Yeah, break. Yeah, whatever.
Couple, and the
it
other
is.
two were just from the slot, just good
Yeah. I
shots.
mean, the first one definitely was like a save, but come on, it's his first time. Like,
Yeah, it's
he's got to
true.
settle in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he'll be all right,
He
and
will.
we'll be all right. It's very early. We look good. Some things to clean up, obviously, but that's around the
Yeah, definitely
league.
no overreactions from the first four games, especially when you're coming off a championship.
Aren't those your favorites? Overreactions?
Yeah.
Like the
Mhm.
Bruins fan base is in a frenzy right now.
Yeah,
We're back.
they're looking good.
Yeah.
Tied for first.
Oh my Lord.
All right, so next three games, give me just the player of the week instead of going to goal
Mm.
scorer every game. For the next three games, who is going to be the player of the week?
And I gotta think about this one a little bit, Joe, if you
Well,
wanna.
yeah, player of the week.
Player of the week.
So against wow. Um
No, I
player of
say
the
it's
week.
hard not to say Sam Reinhart, but we won't. I'm not gonna say
Yeah, no,
our
that's
best
not.
player.
Yeah,
So
that's not
No,
fair.
and when I say like the player of the week,
yeah.
it could be like the surprise player of the week, like
Mm,
who's a guy that could like just sneak up and have a really good week, who's the
Yeah, for
guy
sure.
that is because I feel like expectations are obviously different, right? So Sam
mm.
Reinhart scores 2 goals, and then you have Jeff Petrie scoring 2 goals. Like it's almost like okay, Petrie wins Player of the Week type
Yeah.
deal. That's kind of how
You know
I
what?
see it anyway. So
We got we played a road game tonight. We got 4 road games till we go back home. And we know with the Panthers, something throughout the playoffs last few years, they've always been the road warriors. And I think one guy who's always feels like he always scores in the road games compared to the home games. And we talked about him earlier that he needs to step up. So I'll go with Sam Bennett to have a really good week and show why we just paid him $8 million.
Sure. I was honestly thinking scoring route too. But I was gonna go a different route. I was gonna go Verhage.
I
Um
was thinking him
man,
too.
I just think he's gonna explode this year. I really do.
He
Um
needs to.
well,
I mean, he
Um,
doesn't need to, but like,
yeah, no, I get what you're saying, right? And it wasn't even that he had a bad year last year. It's just not what we've accustomed to know Carter Verhage as. But at the same in the same token, I have no doubt in my mind that he's going to bounce back this year. And who knows? He could have a freaking career year this year. Like who knows?
Yeah.
But no, I think he's going to have a good week. And whether a good week be, he's helping out. You know, just hard nosed battles in the boards to get the puck out and give his team a shot, or whether it's he scores a freaking hat trick. I don't know. Whatever player of the week means to you, it is what it is. I think he's just going to play a nice, physical, hard game. I think he will pick up, some points, but yeah, no, he's just going to play Panthers hockey, man, and he's going to step up. It's going to be good.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go Jesper Boquist. I think
Okay,
that
Jay
he's
Boak, baby.
he's gonna have a really good week. He has a goal already. I just kind of like the way he plays, and that third line. I don't know. I really like the way they look, and I think that's going to be a critical part.
Yeah.
Coming down the stretch when we look back at the season, we are going to say that third line was a reason that we
Yeah,
were able to
and
compete.
Rodriguez, who hasn't played center for the Panthers in these last 2 seasons he's been with us, see how so far he's looking as a center this season with Mackey, who's looks like a playmaker out there, and Jasper will cash in a goal now and then. I'm very happy with how they've played so far.
Well,
Mackey is so quick.
dude, I
Yeah,
honestly forgot about that Rodriguez playing center thing, which is a good thing, right? Because like you haven't heard anything about like
yeah, and he played it in Pittsburgh and
yeah,
Colorado or whatever.
right, right. But yeah, I haven't even thought about it. I
Hmm.
mean, once again, that's a good thing though. Nothing's
Yeah,
going wrong. So
Yeah, normally when you find out something, like when something new happens, you find out when the bad things happen. So if
right.
exactly,
no news is good news in that
exactly.
It's the
category.
versatility of this team is, I mean, everything they do is kind of top notch, but versatility.
Because you could easily say that, I mean, obviously Jesper Bokus wasn't a great center on the fourth line, but you could say that he could even center the line.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
there's guys that all over
And
could center.
Rodriguez, we talked so much about how he could be traded because he just seems like he's the odd man out. But I mean, he's played first line all the way to fourth line with the Panthers in these last 2 seasons. Now this the third season, and he's now playing center, and he's played on the power play. Like he's just he's versatile. He's like a 6 man in basketball. He's like one of the better utility men in baseball. That's the type of player he is.
dude,
He
don't
just had to
compare
go.
don't compare this to the NBA right now. Don't do
Yeah.
this. We don't need to
uh,
be. Believe it or not,
NBA
you're supposed to hold on to your mic.
NBA is in shambles, man. NBA is just
Dude, Austin knows it better than anybody. He doesn't even support it anymore.
Nah, we don't need to get into that. We don't got enough time.
um yeah, so Rodriguez obviously he's looked really good. So hopefully that third line keeps it up. So like we said, on the road, some good matchups. We'll see Bob in the net, probably two of the three, and then hopefully Tarasov can get his first win wherever he plays throughout this week. And I think once he gets that first win, he'll settle in. He'll keep progressing. We need him to be good. I mean, you can't have Bob going out and expecting him to win almost every game that he plays. It, it's unrealistic. And if he has that extra help in the backup uh, section, that's going to be very very
Yeah,
big.
I don't know what it exactly comes out to, but I think a backup goalie like him who plays like what 25 to 30 games a year, like maybe even less. But so it's not like it's a huge portion of the season, but it'd be pretty cool to see if he could take a step.
Yeah, if he wins 50% of the time, like that's kind of
Like
it.
Bob played 58 games last year, so 24.
Yeah. So I mean, if he just can win 12 and get that extra 20 points, and then if Bob wins two thirds, 40 out of 60 or so, like
Yeah.
You have a 100-point season, so I feel like asking to win more than 2/3, like, yeah, it's very possible, but let's just give them that extra help and support behind them. That's all I'm saying in that category.
Yep.
But good start, 3-1. Like we said, 6 points, tied for first, and we will hopefully get a few road wins this coming week. So we will have a next 3 games, games 5, 6, and 7 recap next week.
Relax, man.
Bro, that's the second time you've done it, dude.
And you know,
We'll move
I
on.
always said that I'm
We'll move
not
on.
gonna do it. I've put a goal on myself to not do it.
I'm gonna make a Bob edit to that later.
I'm not gonna say anymore. That I think that's a good way to go for the We Want Florida podcast. We will see you next week. Let's go, Cats.
Peace.